Hey guys, this is Paul of Cigar Life here. Going to do a review on the Padilla 2019 Select Barrel Proof. It's a all Nicaraguan filler with a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. It's absolutely amazing cigar. Love the smell of it. And if you don't know Ernesto Padilla, Padilla is actually a guy that's been a master blender for quite some time. And he opened up his own factory in 2019, started out with a couple sticks, and this is one of those that has some well-aged tobacco in it. And because I like his sticks so much, this is the Padilla Cazadora. It's one of his master blends as well. It was rated 96 by customers. It's a really great smoke. Also, the Padilla 1968. This one has the Cuban seed wrapper. In the middle is actually hybrid Nicaraguan. This one has this is the Padilla hybrid. It has a hybrid Connecticut seed wrapper with an all Cuban seed filler. The Cuban seed is all Nicaraguan. The wrapper is actually Honduran. And this one the Cazadora is actually equated to a Cuban sandwich because it's got all Cuban seeds just from different places in Nicaragua. And I always compare the Padillas a lot to the Padrones just because the flavor profiles, how good they are. There's always a great wrap to it. It's always a burn. Never had a tough draw. Just a really great cigar company. And in no way am I sponsored by Padilla. They're just one of my favorite sticks to smoke. They're even lower priced on the budget. Now these three are what I'm going to be giving away in the giveaway. The hybrid, the Cazadora, and the 1968. 1968 is a bit of a bigger ring gauge, a Cazadora 6x60. But the star of the show this time is definitely the Barrel Proof. Now I got a box of the Barrel Proof at the same time I got the Aging Room Cuatro Nicaraguas. Now everybody knows these are Cigar of the Year, but they didn't rate these. Now this is a really great cigar. And while I'm smoking this one, I'm going to tell you how it's better than this one. And this one is quite a bit more expensive, and it's still a great smoke. This one's still better. Alright guys, now for the box presses like this, I love to do a deep V, just straight down the center. Now I did see a couple reviews where people were saying that it split on when they cut it. It doesn't ever crack on me. I do use a very good cutter, and it slices right down the middle. Doesn't mess up that beautiful wrapper at all. I just love doing a deep V right down the middle. It just gives me a great flavor. I mix it tonight with some good 12-year-old scotch. So not too old. Don't want anything overpowering. And the reason why these are actually called the Barrel Proof is because out of all his leaves, he had some nice aged ones as well. They're not barrel aged, but he considered all the tobacco that he put inside, the 20,000 of these that he made, to be the best tobacco that he had that year. So just like in cask whiskey, they find the best whiskey and they do just barrel proof it instead of cutting it. This is totally uncut, Nicaraguan, and the best Mexican San Andreas that he could find the wrapper with. It has absolutely great smell. Great draw. I mean, it tastes like, I guess, the closest to cake batter you can taste when you do a dry draw. So let me go ahead and toast it. I'll hold my table lighter up here for y'all. So give me a toasting. These are one of those cigars I have to tell myself not to smoke too many of them because I want to save them because they're that good. The last winner of the giveaway, he was actually interested in these so much that I sent him one, and he also bought a 5-pack as well just off my word of it, and trust me, he's going to be singing their praises. Beautiful, thick, Nice creamy smoke. It's more of a medium full body all the way through the cigar. It has sweetness from that beautiful Maduro. A little bit of chocolate flavor, very, very slight coffee flavor. Very slight pepper on the retro. Yeah. On the retro, it's just very slight pepper, but you get to smell that wonderful chocolatey smell in it. Tastes absolutely amazing. I always talk about like the pure things done the best are absolutely amazing. When he selected the leaf for this, you can tell that it's definitely a master blender putting it together. I got the 2019 Select ones that I did a review on. Absolutely wonderful. I believe I have it back here in my book. Yeah, I rated those 91 as a medium to full. Leather, woodsy, nutty. It had some really good flavors with it. That one's a Dominican binder and filler with a Dominican Habano wrapper. And this is just that one taken to the next level. It has a different flavor profiles. It does have a little bit of earthiness. No woodsy, no nutty flavor like that. This is an instant classic, instant favorite. And it can be an instant favorite for new people coming into cigars too. Just because it's such a great flavor profile. Even though it is a medium to full body, it's not a super strong or overpowering flavor of any kind on the medium to full body. It's got a nice even balance among it. Sorry, when I was preparing, my ice cube melted a little bit. I had to get water off the top. Cigars like this for new companies that make things like this, it's not going to stay this price for long. I mean, by 2022, you're going to be paying $20 a cigar, or instead of $10 a cigar, because this price range is $10 to $5.50 depending on what website you find it on. Right now, one website has it for $5.50 a cigar when you buy a 20 pack, instead of the $10 a cigar, normally like $9.71 or something it came out to be. Just an absolutely good smoke. I always talk about that wow factor on cigars too, and this one has that wow factor. Because you get it, you look at it, it looks good, it smells good, and then as you smoke it, it's just, it has something that other cigars don't have. It's purity of tobacco. I originally, when I smoked it, I thought it was barrel aged, but I wasn't getting any of the flavors from it, so I had to look it up, and I was like, no, it's just that good of aged tobacco in it. And aging Nicaraguan tobacco is actually harder than the rest. Between them and Perdomo, the price of cigars that they have at the lower end is absolutely amazing how good they do them. And for it to be comparable to this year's #1 cigar, which I had to buy a box of those just because. But for this one to beat that one was unexpected to me. And we're talking about a 96 rated cigar, and every rights and means needs to be 96 rated. it just, it's good. I think if a little more age on it, it could catch up to this one. I don't think it'll ever pass it. I think if you evenly smoke one and then the other like I did, like I smoked that one, smoked a few other cigars, I smoked this one, and I went, I think it's better. So I smoked that one, then I smoked this one, and I went, wow. Then I smoked this one, then I smoked that one, and I said, no, I'm still remembering the Padilla. And I'm one of those, I like a more full body smoke. I do like the lighter body smokes, like little Cuban cigars and stuff. Those are excellent smokes as well. The hybrid's a lighter smoke out of the Padillas. That's a good smoke. I like some Alex Bradleys that are really light too. Really any cigar, but the La Floria Dominicas, the Padillas, those are the ones that kind of, they mix more full body, more thicker, creamier smoke. And I just like a big, thick, beautiful cloud of smoke. I'm not exactly sure why I do, but it's just one of those things that when I'm smoking a cigar, it may have a good draw and it may not put out that big, thick, creamy smoke, but this thing, I mean, I've never had a box press with a bad draw. Never had a Padilla with a bad draw. So you mix those things together, it's just one of the best draws we've ever had. It really is effortless. If you look at the way it's put together, if you don't see that very well, you can tell that the long fillers are folded absolutely amazingly to give you all those great air channels. It's not a super tight cigar. I mean, if you can see, I can squish this thing down pretty far. But because of the way it's rolled, because of how the construction is perfect, you get that amazing draw. And these have been in my humidor for a while, otherwise I wouldn't attempt to pinch it down that low. Alright guys, I'm going to come back to y'all on the next ash, tell you how it's going, and update you on the flavor of this, because right now, chocolate, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of earthy flavor, good amount of sweetness, spice on the retro, well, pepper on the retro, not really spicy. That's pretty much what I'm getting right now. So I'll be back with you guys, let you know how it's going, and see you in a few. We do the first ash. It still has the exact same flavor as Lightning. It is getting a little more earthy tone into it now. But that's just about it. I mean, same amount of chocolate. Same amount of sweetness. Pairs really great with Scotch. I mean, just good. I think the Scotch brings out a little more sweetness in it. Definitely more of the chocolate in it. Kind of masks the spice and the earthiness. But all together, just really good pairing. It's Hamilton Highlands is what this Scotch is. 12-year age Hamilton Highlands single malt. I was trying to remember what it was earlier. But it's a really great Scotch. Pretty fair priced as well at Total Wines and More, so definitely check it out if you're a Scotch lover. The highest rated one they actually have there, that's not $200 a bottle. It's actually fairly reasonable at about $34 a bottle. That's the 750 mLs. It's just hard to find a better cigar. Not a better cigar for the price. It's hard to find a better cigar than this. It amazes me every time I smoke them how good they are. If I didn't have a whole box, I'd be able to justify buying another box, but I can't. Only thing I wish I would have got the Churchills instead, because I enjoy smoking it so much that I wish I just would have got a little bit longer smoke out of it. Because I love the aging room F55 Maduro, the Churchill version of that. Beautiful box press. And I think this one with Churchill would give me more time to enjoy. This is a cigar that you don't even want to purge. You just want to let that flavor go through and just get that good, beautiful taste out of it. Alright guys, come back to you on the next ash and tell you a little bit more about the flavors. I'll be back with you. Alright guys, time for the next ash, and couldn't move the band. These things always come off so perfect. It's another way I can tell it's a really good rolled cigar. People think they're carrying it when it doesn't take off part of the wrapper because there's no glue on it. And so far, really great chocolate flavor. More earthiness has come through. Pepper's a little bit stronger, not much. And it's got a good amount of sweetness to it. Yeah, it's only pepper on the retro, so you're not getting much pepper at all. Just a tiny bit on the retro. It's got a really great flavor to it. I just love that thick, creamy smoke. It has everything that you'd ever want in a great smoke. It's one of the special cigars you find, you go, that's memorable. That's one that, for as long as I smoke cigars, I'll say, I remember that 2019 Padilla. That thing was great. Probably the best thing in 2020. That's not saying much, so let's say best thing in 2019. This is definitely one of my favorite sticks. I mean, it's a all-timer. This is a Hall of Famer of cigars for sure. I think I'm gonna start using that from now on. Honorable mention, Hall of Fame for sure. Another one that I really like is this Padilla right here. This is the Dominus. That's a really good smoke, really good full body. I'm gonna be giving that one away on the next giveaway. I'm gonna do 2 Padilla giveaways in a row, just because I've had a lot of questions about them. I do post quite a few of them, so I'm gonna answer all the questions by giving them away. I couldn't figure out a better way to have people understand how good the Padillas are than let them try some less known ones and be blown away by them. Alright guys, I'm going to come back to you on the next ash, let you know how it's going. By that time I'll probably be able to give you a rating. So, give me a few, I'll be back with you. Alright guys, definitely time for another ash. And I'm already ready to give this thing a rating. Now, Andalusian Bull 1979, those are the only ones I've ever rated 99. 96, Perdomo, Maduro, and Sungrown. 96 for this one is what it's rated. I gotta give this one for the pure simple fact how great it is. I gotta give it a 98, guys. I mean, it's right there next to being absolutely amazing and perfect. It has the wow factor, it has the flavor, it has the burn, it has the draw. It has no tricks in it. So I mean, by no tricks, I mean it's not barrel aged, it's not infused, it's just a good natural Nicaraguan cigar with a San Andreas wrapper. It's kind of hard to find something better and more pure than this. It's an amazing cigar. If you haven't tried it, don't go buy it because you got to save some for me. But definitely, it's one of those cigars you have to put in your humidor. You have to try, you have to keep. It's absolutely amazing. One of my favorites for sure. Definitely earns one of the top spots. Like I said, I'll remember this cigar forever. This cigar, not so much. It's something you have to smoke to truly understand how good it is. And when you smoke it, you'll find yourself telling yourself, wow, whoa, man, that's good. It's just because it simply is. And that beautiful smoke that lets out, the wrapper itself being so perfect. I mean, it's a master blend, a master roll. Padilla has not only ranked among the top anytime they're ever rated, but will continue to do so. Will get Cigar of the Year in the next couple years. And they'll continue to just blow your mind away. Get them while they're cheap. Get them while they're young. They're like the Camachos of old. Everybody talks about the old Camachos before they were bought by Davidoff. These people are not going to be bought out. He was working for the big companies before he split off. Definitely enjoy the purism while it's still cheap, because it's not going to be cheap for long, trust me. Alright guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, put done on Facebook or on the YouTube post for the Padilla giveaway. And again, I just want to say I am not sponsored in any way by Padilla. I just believe it is, with the ratings they've got, have still been great, but still, I'm not very well known about how great they are cigar. And as always, guys, have a good cigar and a good life. See you on the next one.